Hey, this is the Daily Overpass. My name is Eric and I make apps. Now today, let's talk about shiny object syndrome. Okay, so the other day I was having a conversation with a friend of mine who also runs a small business in the UK. It's not an app business, but it's a similar size business where I have the team, we have similar team sizes, although he has employees in the UK. But there's so much that's similar that I really enjoy the conversations that we have. Anyway, so we were talking and he mentioned that he was reading a book. He says, at the moment I'm reading Invisible Selling Machine. Right? And I said, oh, I've read that book. And we had a quick little conversation about that. Yeah, it's about email marketing. It's a really good book and everything like that. And it wasn't until later that I thought back on that with a little bit of shame that even though I'd read that book, I hadn't done anything with it. I mean, I looked into it. I looked in setting up an email list. I did a little bit there. But then another book came along and I started reading that. Right? I mentioned before that I read about a book a week, and we all hear the adage that leaders are readers and everything like that, but sometimes I can get so consumed with the next thing that I completely drop everything I'm doing. I think sometimes we talk about analysis by paralysis, and I think sometimes doing that extra bit of research, getting that extra book is just a way of procrastination. And I think, and this is a big failure on my part, but I think it's endemic of a lot of us, is that I have shiny object syndrome. Like oh, there's a new book I need to read. So I'll go into a bookstore and I'll go straight to the business section, or on Amazon, they'll give me the recommendations. I'm like, oh, that sounds good. I'll read that. And a lot of times what I really should be doing is getting to the last idea that came in from a book, doing that one little thing. And it's not just books either, especially in software. It seems like the pace of technology is moving so fast that it's very easy to get shiny object syndrome. There's this new platform, there's this new tool, there's this new language that we need to learn. And sometimes it's destructive to our productivity. Like, we're always moving to the next thing, the next thing, the next thing, and the fear is that if I don't follow this new trend, I'm going to miss out on it, or maybe that will take over everything and I won't be able to finish this other thing that I'm working on. And it's really, really bad. I do it in terms of technologies. I mean, like CRM systems is an example, right? At Overpass, we have been through so many different CRM systems. Like, we'll be with one and then I'll be like, you know what? I think this other one's better. So we'll migrate everything over to the new one, and then we'll migrate over to. So we've been through Sugar CRM. We've been through the current one we use, Nimble. We use Nimble. We use all the other. I can't even remember. Streak is another one. So we go from one to the other, and I think everyone kind of rolls their eyes when I think, no, I think this other one's better. I think we should use this other one. And then we move to the other one because I can't stay focused on the one thing because there's always something. The grass is always greener. And it's a big failing on my part. I think it holds me back a lot. And, I'd like to get what your guys' opinion of this. I mean, the other side of this is, like, if you meet a programmer who's been coding in the same language for the last 10 years, part of me thinks, wow, he hasn't really moved on from that. He's been doing that same thing. And he's probably a lot more productive. He's probably an expert in that thing, but the job market completely passes him by. And that's the fear. I don't want some new thing coming out, and I'm thinking, that's the thing I should be doing, and I should have dropped everything else to do it. I remember reading this biography of Walt Disney where he talked about how they were doing Snow White, and in the middle of Snow White, they were a good percentage of the way through with it, and this new painting on glass technology came out, and he decided, despite everything they'd done, to scrap everything and start on the new technology. And of course it was a big hit. Snow White was a big hit. That's what, Disneyland, everything came from that first feature-length film. And part of me admires that, and the other part of me thinks, we need to finish what we're doing. We need to finish this first, and then we move on to the next thing. And it's really, really hard to do. And I find myself more and more every day getting into that mindset. Okay, I don't need to read another book. What I need to do is do the next video. We need to do the next app. We need to do the next job specification and things like that. So let me know what you guys think. Do you have shiny object syndrome when it comes to technology or tools or books and things like that? Because I'm definitely drinking the Kool-Aid when somebody says, I've got this new thing to try, and I'm like, cool, I want to try it, and I really need to break that habit. Anyway, those are my thoughts for today. That is it for today. I'll talk to you guys again tomorrow.